Happy Finally Friday. The Mariners went 0 for 2 in Cactus League Baseball yesterday. Seattle fell in split squad games to Texas on the road and to San Francisco at the home park in Peoria. Game 1, the Rangers shut out the Mariners 8-0. Tyler Locklear and Harry Ford were the hitting stars of the day for Seattle, each with 2 hits and 2 plate appearances. In other action, the Giants handed Seattle's 6-4 loss in Peoria later in the day. Ryan Bliss had an RBI triple for the Mariners, while Jared Sundstrom hit an RBI double. Bryce Miller had 3 strikeouts in his 1 2/3 innings of work on the mound. Seattle has an evening game tonight against the Padres at the Peoria Sports Complex. Well, if it feels like it's been a month since the Seattle Kraken played a home game, you're right. Well, sort of. It's been since February 6th that the Kraken have had a game at Climate Pledge Arena. They're back tomorrow to host the Vancouver Canucks. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock. That game on Kong TV. Checking the college basketball scoreboard and schedule. First, we'll start off with men's college basketball. Weber State edged Eastern Washington 66-64 last night. Washington State defended its home court with a 93-86 win over San Diego. Coming up tomorrow, Eastern hosts Idaho State at 2 o'clock on ESPN+. Washington hosts Indiana at 3 on the Peacock Network. Washington State visits Pepperdine at 7. That'll be on ESPN+. Gonzaga plays at San Francisco at 8 o'clock. That'll be on ESPN TV. In women's play last night, Washington State down Pepperdine 57-49. Weber State edged Eastern Washington 67-65. Gonzaga got by Pacific 72-56. Coming up tomorrow for the ladies at 1 o'clock, Eastern visits Idaho State. Gonzaga plays at Santa Clara at 2. Both those games are available on ESPN+. Washington hosts Oregon Sunday at 2 o'clock, and 10th rated TCU visits 17th ranked Baylor. That'll be Sunday at 3:30 on FS1. A new era of Wenatchee Bighorns basketball begins this weekend. Under new ownership, Wenatchee plays host to the Willamette Valley Jaguars tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Fans arriving at 5 will be able to sample beer and wine, buy food from various vendors, and enjoy live music from Whiskey Trail. Grant Olson and Jamie Council will have the action here on NCWLIFE channel, beginning with our pregame at 6:45. Seattle Superhawks are in town Sunday for another TBL game that will start at the college at 3 o'clock. WenatcheeBighorns.com for tickets and for more information. The Wenatchee Wild begin another crucial weekend of Western Hockey League play tonight in Spokane. After tonight's game, the Wild return home for the Hockey Fights Cancer Night at the Town Toyota Center. That's Saturday night against the Tri-City Americans at 6 o'clock. Sunday is another road trip for the Wild. They'll wrap up the weekend in Vancouver. In relation to the playoffs, Wild broadcaster Austin Andrade says this weekend is size large.
This is a big one. We've got the 2 road games, and they're going to be tough ones. Spokane with the game on Friday night. We'll get their top group again. We've talked about their top 2 draft picks, Berkeley Catton and Andrew Crystal. They've got the league goal-scoring leader in Shea Van Olm. They've got a high-powered team that we were able to really play physical against, get some power play success, and really shut down the last time we were out there. 30 seconds away from getting those 2 points out there, we still ended up with the 1. But this is a group that can beat a team like Everett or Spokane. And the road game against Vancouver, they've been a little bit down here of late, but when we went up there the last time, they got some great goaltending from Burke Hood, who we saw on Sunday afternoon. I'm sure we'll see him again because, by and large, he's done a great job for them this season. They've got some great rookies like Ryan Lynn on the blue line. So this Vancouver team's a tough team. We caught them on a night where they were coming off, I think, a little bit of a low with dropping a game to Kelowna. So it was a game that I think they would like to have back, and they'll get their opportunity on Sunday. We got to be ready to shut that down and get those 2 points that we need.
You can follow Austin's call locally on radio at 560 KPQ. For tickets for Saturday's game, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Well, if you're up for taking in some great playoff basketball this weekend, you needn't go further than Wenatchee High School. It begins tonight with a WIAA State 1B boys game between Acosta and Elmira Cooley Heartland at 6 o'clock. That's followed by LaSalle and Okanagan in the boys 2B tournament. That's at 8 p.m. Tomorrow's action begins at 10 a.m. with Chelan facing Tenino in the boys 1A tournament. A girls 1B game is next at noon between PL and Waterville Mansfield. Cashmere boys play La Center at 2 o'clock in the 1A tournament. Next up is at 4 in the 2B girls game between Brewster and Mount Vernon Christian at 4 o'clock. The final game is at 6 o'clock and pits Mount Vernon Christian boys against Liberty Bell. That's in the 2B tournament. All right, we'll break it down here for you for other teams. Pateros girls are at Mount Tahoma High School tomorrow afternoon to face Nia Bay. That's in the 1B tournament. That game starts at 2 o'clock. The Okanagan girls are at Central Valley High School tomorrow at 4 against Liberty in a loser-out game. The Lake Roosevelt boys are east in Cheney tomorrow for a State 2B boys game against Colfax. The winner of the game will get to the quarterfinals. Loser drops to the round of 12. Cashmere fans are having to head west to follow the Bulldogs. Ladies, as the State 1A tournament begins, Cashmere faces Bellevue Christian in Issaquah tonight. That's at 8 o'clock. Well, we mentioned Cashmere and Chelan boys at Wenatchee High School. Those games coming up tomorrow in the 1A tournament. Both games are loser-out contests for the Goats and the Bulldogs. Eastmont girls play Meade at Central Valley High School tomorrow night at 6 o'clock in the State 4A tournament. Win and move on, but if they lose, the Wildcats season is over. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.